Hi, I'm Kara. This is my channel, Manifesting Alchemy. I had my first time microdosing, and I'm excited to tell you all about it. I have to get comfortable here because this is the video that I'm so excited to share. This is what I've been wanting to talk about for months now. It's my passion, it's my hobby, it's what I spend a majority of my time doing, researching functional mushrooms and psilocybin mushrooms. And I want to talk today about my first time microdosing because it was really a life-changing experience for me, even in the microdose amount. So I know that psilocybin mushrooms are not legal in most states. Where I live right now, they're actually decriminalized, but also legal with a facilitator that has a state certified facilitator for psilocybin, and I'm in the process of applying for that license because I feel so strongly about mushrooms and the benefits that they have for helping people with depression, anxiety, eating disorders, and helping people stop smoking. I've seen so many different things. Even depression that is medication resistant. People have seen up to a 3-month period of being symptom-free from depression. And so for me, that's something to grab my attention. I'm like, okay, I want to look into this because I know so many people have depression and struggle with that in daily life. And I want to help them. This is my passion. This is what I do. And this is why I'm here on YouTube, because I want to help as many people as I can. I know what it's like to be at a low point and what it's like to move through that and become a better version of you, and to help somebody else become a better version of them as well. It's just this ripple effect. I said that before in other videos, and that's truly what I believe. So back to my first episode of microdosing. I was a little nervous. I watched a lot of videos because I was afraid of having a bad trip. I've seen that happen before, and even for me to have a half a glass of wine or beer will affect me, and so I won't drink a lot. Then I'll end up getting sick. So I'm like, okay, if I'm comparing it to that, I don't need very much mushrooms for a microdose. I didn't have a scale. I just kind of Alice in Wonderland took a bite and like, okay, looks amount that would be a microdose. Just kind of eyeballed it. I recruited 2 of my friends because I didn't want to do this alone, of course. So one of them backed out at the last minute and the other one backed out also. And that's okay because I decided it's going to be okay, and I'm just going to experience whatever I experience through this microdose. So I took the microdose, and I did it at nighttime, so I didn't have to drive anywhere or be anywhere, or in the afternoon. But it was interesting. Beforehand, I was really hungry before I did the microdose, and I know you're not supposed to eat, so I was like, well, I'll just wait till after to end up getting something to eat. So for about a half an hour, I did some laundry, listened to a nice relaxing meditation, and then I just felt like my energy was depleting, but I felt like my awareness of the world was becoming awake. I had this unique way of feeling. About a half an hour in, I ended up just sitting down and looking around the room and having this love and compassionate feeling that came over me of just having so much love and appreciation for life and for this moment. And then I realized that I had anxiety. I didn't know I had anxiety. I thought it was just something that helped me get things done. I'm like, oh, that's just the busyness inside of me that helps me accomplish a lot of things. And so I struggle with wanting to do as much as I can during every day and feeling like, did I do enough? Am I enough? And all of that feelings was completely wiped away. It was amazing just to have that peace and calm of being like, I am enough. Like, this is enough. This is wonderful. And oh, here, you got to sit down. And feeling a different way that I don't think I've ever felt in my life. It was a unique awareness. So it wasn't like being out of it. I never hallucinated or saw anything weird. I just had a different way of feeling this appreciation and this feeling connected to everything. I looked around the room and saw the table, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. The legs are supporting the table. Like, everything is so intertwined. We're so connected. And it's like me wanting the best for other people, realizing that it's like, how can you not want the best for people when they're connected to you in a way, kind of thing, with that connection of the table and the legs, how they support each other and make a table. And then seeing my dog sitting on my bed and thinking, oh, it's so odd that we domesticated dogs. Like, what if we domesticated deers? Just like a weird, different way of thinking that was unique. But I didn't have a lot of energy, but I felt a lot of awareness of what was going on in the room and what was going on in my life. And then I realized, I was like, how can caffeine be illegal and how can alcohol be illegal when they affect people more than this? Or at least alcohol doesn't give me a different or caffeine, other than like hurry and get a lot of stuff done. And then alcohol, like it's okay to relax and and sit back, but this is something different that I wouldn't compare it to either of those. And it was just wanting to be the best version of me and feeling that I'm already that enough that I need to be. So I was really appreciating that, and still listening to the meditation. I ended up picking up a book and reading a whole book during my first microdose, and feeling like it was just the desire that I had. And the interesting thing that went from being so hungry to being like absolutely not hungry at all. I had no desire to eat, and nothing really sounded good to me at all. And it was more, I was just so excited to have this different perspective. It was like blockages were removed, and I was moving forward, of having that unique, different feeling that I hadn't felt before. So I just let it, sit back and feel all the feelings, and ended up talking to one of my friends on the phone as well. They were concerned about me, like, are you okay? And I'm like, this is amazing. This is how I want to be every day. This is a different way of thinking, of feeling love and compassion for people and appreciation, and being so aware of things that are going on around me, and wanting to make that positive impact on everything that I do. And so I ended up going to sleep after that and having a really good, restful night's sleep. And then, oh, can you sit down? And then woke up in the morning, went to work, and felt different. I felt so much more connected and aware, but also that I wanted to be appreciative of the people that I encountered, even more so than I was before. And the process of going through even the microdose, I wasn't really hungry. Even the next day, nothing really sounded good to me, and I only really craved things that were very healthy for my body. I remember picking up a cookie the next day, looking at it and being like, do I really want this cookie? Is this going to benefit my body? And not like thinking, oh, diet, or you need to lose weight. In the past, that's kind of how I viewed food, but it was like, is this going to nourish my body in the optimal way that is going to help me be the best version of me? It's like a different way of thinking than I normally think. And so I ended up just setting the cookie down, and I was fine without it. And so I ended up losing 5 pounds over that week period, because I wasn't eating unhealthy foods. I was eating only the most healthy foods that helped my body. And I also stopped drinking alcohol. So that wasn't my intention that I went into. I just went into the intention of being aware of the mushrooms and feeling what I felt, and listening to that guided meditation. But since then, that's been several months now, since I had my first microdose, I haven't had any alcohol. I don't really crave it. I had one drink since then, and it didn't really appeal to me. It was like, is this the best thing for my body? I don't look down upon people that drink alcohol, and it's a very social thing where I live. Now I tend to gravitate towards CBD if I drink anything socially. But it was something that changed in myself even after that one microdose of psilocybin mushrooms. It just didn't seem like it had the same appeal that it used to. And so it gave me a different perspective of thinking. But I ended up lasting, I could feel it tapering off, but anytime that I was going through a period of anxiety or going to the old habits, I would think, what would it be like to feel the way that I felt? It gave me a different way of thinking that was unique, that I carried on as well. So I went on to do a few more videos. I'm doing a few more videos about my research with psilocybin mushrooms, with the 2-week period of microdosing, my experience with 2-week period of microdosing, and my first heroic dose, and how that was. I started a second channel, Soma Shaman, where I'm going to talk about the mushroom research into depth with people, of their experiences and the results that they've seen microdosing and doing a heroic dose of psilocybin mushrooms. So my intention is you have an amazing rest of your